I'm Pat O'Brien, and welcome to Everything All the Time. I'm everything. He's all the time.
Wow, I like that.
Would you rather be all the time?
I still think I'm going to go with all the time.
No, you are all the time.
I am all the time.
Would you rather be all the time? I'm Marco Rubio right now. Just repeat everything. Welcome to Everything All the Time. I am Pat O'Brien. If you want to know more about me, you can buy my book, which is called I'll Be Back Right After This. I wrote every word in it, and this is Court's personal copy. Court McCowan, if you're in L.A., you know the name. He's a comedian. He's funny. He's been in TV shows, everything. And
everything.
He's
all
everything
the
all the time, right?
All the time.
Court, welcome. How are you, man?
It's good to be here, Pat. I love this. This is fantastic. You got this beautiful. You got Hollywood and Vine, and it's easy to find Hollywood and Vine.
Just go to Hollywood and Vine.
Just go to Hollywood and Vine.
Somebody was asking me this morning, how do you get there? I said, well, you go to Hollywood and Vine. So we're going to talk a little politics today. We'll talk comedy. Can you be funny?
I can try.
All right, go.
I'm going to try.
You hate people who do that?
I know. I hate it. The worst thing is like I play in these celebrity golf tournaments once in a while.
Be funny.
And they go, yeah, can you tell us a joke? And it's like, oh, go piss off, you know. It's like I used to tell people I worked in construction just so I didn't have to deal with it.
When people say to me, hey, give us that voice, or do a play-by-play, I say, I'm not a circus clown.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't just tell me what to do.
Yeah, or pull out some cash. Pull out some cash and let's do this.
By the way, we're brought to you by Effortless. Now, a lot of people are on the cloud these days, but if you want to put your business on the cloud, this is where you go, because the cloud is a complicated son of a gun.
I don't do too many pictures.
You want to make sure that your employees' emails don't get on and all that kind of stuff. Effortless will put it all together for you. They know the cloud. They know how to work it. They get all your info uploaded, and they'll keep track of it, and they'll make sure it's secure, and they encrypt it, and you can see it anytime you want. Effortless, and there'll be more information later in the show.
Do you put stuff on the cloud?
Yeah, and I always get nervous that, believe it or not, I've led a reasonably clean life.
Reasonably.
I said reasonably, didn't I? And so I don't have a lot of that stuff on my computer. But every now and then I'll want, like Facebook.
Right.
I'll wonder, God, what if they could get all of my pictures?
That's the whole thing. It's like the first thing I do.
I don't really have any bad ones.
I don't have any weird stuff, but I still just don't want.
I got stuff for you and me.
Yeah. But I just don't want anybody to be able to go in.
Exactly.
And I think it's been proven over and over again that no matter how cool or how how much you think it's hidden, someone can find it.
Always
can find it.
And you can't get rid of it.
No.
Now, if you want to be protected, get Effortless.
There you go.
They encrypt it. You can view it. Nobody can get at it, and they'll put you through all the steps. Today, 52 years ago today, Court, have we properly introduced you?
Yeah, we used to.
Comedy Club.
Comedy Club, yeah.
52 years ago today, the Beatles were on Ed Sullivan. We had dinner last night. We were talking about Ed Sullivan. You're too young.
I'm a little too young for Ed Sullivan, but we did talk about the fact that, like, Carson was the biggest deal. I mean, the way the world is today, there's never going to be, like you said the greatest thing. You said there'll never be another Beatles. There'll never be another Carson.
According to my press, there'll never be another me. 52 years ago today, it was a Sunday night, February 9th. The Beatles were on the Ed Sullivan Show. I remember getting in front of our little TV at home. It's like a little thing. And I think 70, just a ridiculous amount of people. There was no crime that night. No, wow. Here's a band that nobody knew, and I got to know all the guys. And not John, but I got to know the three. I'm still friends with Ringo and Paul, but they had no idea they were this big either. They landed in America, and they go, what? And that was like the biggest night. And that's a night talking about the New Hampshire primary changing things today. That's the night everything changed. We talked about
Yeah.
it last night.
Yeah. It's
Hair, clothes.
everything. And to think about it today, nothing will ever do that. Nothing. I don't care what it is. We're so divided in generations and so divided amongst everything. You're never going to see that.
Yeah.
The whole
it's not
world
going to be the
come-
Jonas Brothers.
No,
It's not gonna be,
I mean, Kim Kardashian's ass is not affecting people in their 50s.
Well, because they can't. Like the thing about the Beatles was we were able to grow. I was able to grow my hair long
Right.
when I had hair. But I said this morning, I left high school on that Friday night as Elvis Presley, and I came back Monday as John Lennon.
Oh, did you really?
And it was a huge thing for America, and it changed. And I've talked to the guys about it in the band. They changed everything. I mean, name something they didn't change.
I can't. I mean, it's a different time now, obviously. But I mean, when I grew up, when I was coming up, it was Led Zeppelin, and it was there was Elton John, who nobody knew was gay at the time. They just thought he was.
He was a game changer.
He was a game changer, but
however,
not the kind of game changer that the Beatles changed everything.
Everything all the time.
Everything all the time.
And so we're still living under the shadow of the Beatles. I still have people, millennials, who will go and they'll watch a YouTube video of the Beatles, and they'll say, "Wow, what was that?" And I remember when it was so simple, and we all know drummer friends, Dennis Sywell and all the people, and we know Ringo and all that. But the drum beats were so simple.
It was
guitar chords were simple.
Yeah, he wasn't John Bonham. He wasn't that kind of drummer, but he was at that time he was the greatest drummer in the world.
Yeah, he still could be.
Ringo's
If you look at drummers, and you ever been a drummer?
No.
Keeping beats is something.
I can't do it. I can't do it. That's my worst thing. No rhythm.
Court McCown's here, comedian. Be funny. So that's the Beatles. So today changed everything, and it's also New Hampshire Day, and the votes are starting to be gathered. If we were in Chicago, we could say we both voted 3 times this morning, because that's what Mayor Daley used to allow people to do.
Have you voted your whole life? Have you always, ever since you were 18, have you always voted?
I'll tell you one, yes. And I was in Massachusetts when I was with John Kerry covering his campaign, and I hadn't registered to vote. And at the time, I wanted to, was going to run for governor in South Dakota. I still might. So I wanted my vote to be registered, and I wasn't in town. So I go to the polling place in Boston. It's Boston. And I want a ballot that shows that I at least tried to vote. They couldn't find me one. Finally, this guy came up to me with a cell phone. He goes, "Hey, Pat, it's what?" He said, "Here, it's Governor Romney. It was Mitt Romney."
Oh, wow.
And he was his aide. I got on, and Mitt said, "Pat, you having a problem at that polling place?" And I said, "Well, Governor, I don't want to bother you, but I'm just, want to make sure my vote's registered." And he took care of me. So that's my voting story.
It's good. It's good to have good friends, isn't it?
It's always good.
It's always good to have good friends. We were talking about this last night, and I don't know where everybody else's thoughts are on this, but how many people were saying, like 300 million people in the United States?
And this is what we get.
And this is what we're stuck with. We're stuck with these freaking idiots. It's basically...
Well, they're not even idiots. They're just not...
It's just nobody. I mean... Look, say what you want to about all these, we were talking about this, how being president was like the greatest job in the world.
Something.
It used to be like, your parents always say, one day you can be president.
Exactly.
And it's like, now it's like, one day you can have your own internet show is better than being president of the United States. It's ridiculous. And these guys, and I still look at Hillary.
Embarrassing.
It's embarrassing that this is our country. Look at Putin. Where's our Putin?
The P word, the other one.
We need Putin.
We'll get into that in a minute. John Amato from crooksandliars.com is a very honest, political savvy guy, and he's going to join us when we come back here. Court McCown is here, and we'll try to make him be funny at some point.
You got to try harder. You got to try a lot.
This is Hollywood and Vine behind us, and it's live. People are asking. It's live, and people always look so clueless. I don't think that guy's going to sue us. They always look so clueless. Remember Steve Allen used to sit down here at Sunset and Vine and talk about people. He goes, look at her. She's on the phone. Who's she on the phone?
Yeah.
We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.